So hello everybody, my name's Lauren. I'm a current staff member at the university but also a recent graduate, and I'm here with the Pro Vice Chancellor Ross Renton just with the latest update around coronavirus. So Ross, it's been a busy week and it's only been a week since we've moved to online teaching, and there's been some big updates around assessments and submitting assignments, and really now we're settling in for the long haul really. So it might be worthwhile talking a little bit more about the student support available during this time. And despite not being on campus, there is so much support available. I think that would be quite reassuring for people. So should we go straight in with, is First Point still open for students?
Hi, Lauren. Yeah, we've been really so pleased about our staff in the university who have made sure that a wealth of support has been available. First Point is still open. It's fully operational. They're answering questions and supporting students. They've been doing so since day one. So if anyone does need to speak to them, don't hesitate to get in contact. They're really keen to speak to people and try and support them as best they can.
Brilliant. And where should students go to access First Point now, and where should they go for advice during this time?
Yeah, so there's lots of ways to get in contact. The easiest way is to email, and all of that is on our website. It's also on your SOL page. If you're a student, you can log in and see the details there, and they'll get back to you as soon as they can on there. And you'll see there's a variety of ways. We're working on getting a chat function up and running, so that should be happening in the next week or so. So lots of really interesting ways that people can connect and get the advice and support around the various questions people might have.
Now, there's lots of students still living on campus. What are we doing for those students still living in halls?
Yes, so we do have a fairly sizable number of students who have decided to stay on campus, often because they're international students. Some people are care leavers or are estranged from their families. We really want to make sure that they're well supported. And we've got an outstanding team of staff who are coming in every day, are supporting on site, whether it be security, our accommodation team, our maintenance team. They're on site making sure those students have got all the support and services we're able to offer. We even kept our shop open, and we'll try and do that for as long as we can to make sure those who are on site can get in contact with people. Every single student who's living on site should have had a phone call by now, in fact, probably more than one. I've been emailed a number of times, and I've also had leaflets through their door as well. So we're trying to make sure that connection is there. What I would say is if you have decided to go home, then make sure you're telling us. So we need to know that just so we know you're safe and you're well.
I mean, there's probably a lot of anxiety around the current situation as it is, but lots of students are going to start doing their assessments, submitting assignments online. And what mental health support is available to students?
The University of Worcester, as you know, has got one of the best reputations around support for mental health. And I have to say, we've been able to move so much of our wonderful support online at lightning pace. So we've been able to make sure that there's the general support. So fancy a cuppa. For those of you who come along to that, it's a biscuit and a cup of tea and a conversation. It really does help with loneliness and concerns people might have. That's moved online already, and people are able to access that. I've not had a go myself in having a custard cream and a cup of tea, but I will at some point come and join students that are on that. We've also really worked hard to have new wellbeing pages up on our website, which points to the wealth of support available in the university, but also some of the national support. And there's a range of national things that are going on that students will want to collaborate and be involved with. And that's down to little bits of exercise that can help with anxiety and the like, to how to connect. I know lots of our students are using House Party at the moment and other connection services to kind of deal with the prospect of working on your own. We've also kept our more clinical services up and running, so you're able to be triaged through our STAR system. So that's our mental health support system, really innovative way of really trying to understand what kind of support's best for you. And for those students who need counselling or need mental health support, we're able to offer that online. So I'm absolutely proud of the staff that have been able to turn these things around, and for the students that have been working with us on this as well.
So you've just mentioned some of the support available. Now, some students may be not necessarily looking directly for help, but they just want to try and look after themselves, stay positive during this time. What is available for those students?
Yeah, so there's a range of support. As I say, we've been able to get a new wellbeing pages up and running. We already had resources there, but some of it's more specific to the situation that we now find ourselves in. We're able to access the range of activities we'd be doing normally on campus. A lot of that can be found now online and on our web pages, so please do go and have a look at that. Our fantastic student union, which I'm sure I'll be able to tell you a bit more about in a moment, but they've been doing fantastic work to connect with students on social media and other platforms to get people accessing that. We've also been working on a really exciting project as well, where students who are staying in campus or around Worcestershire and Herefordshire will be able to volunteer or work to help the NHS and voluntary groups around this time. Because I have to say, I've been overwhelmed by the number of students who came forward and saying, what can I do to help? How can I make a difference in the community? It's a very Worcester thing. And we'll make sure that those opportunities are available to you. In fact, we'll be launching that over the next couple of days. So look out for that. I know many of you are already working in the NHS, already supporting, and there's a whole wealth of new opportunities that we'll be helping to broker for you.
So you just mentioned the Students' Union, and now that's normally a buzzing hub on campus for students. Could you provide us with an update on what's happening with the Students' Union at the moment?
Absolutely right. Our student union is one of the areas that we're particularly pleased and proud to have on campus. It is a hub of buzz. That hub of buzz has moved online. And I've been in regular contact with the student officers and the staff in the student union. They've been, again, working really hard to make sure that there's lots of ways to connect. I joined the Education Council online the other day there, so I get to meet some of the reps that are part of the Education Council. You'll find that there's loads of ways for you to get involved. I know the team there are working on some really fun and innovative opportunities. I think I might have heard already about some online karaoke. I will not be taking part in that.
And finally, is there any messages or advice you'd like to pass on to students during this time?
Yeah, this is a challenging time for everyone, for staff, for students and the wider community. I think the part that makes me really proud to be part of our community is that we come together and we support each other, and we will be there to support you. We've been there in the past, we're here now, and we'll be there for you in the future. And as a community, we need to find ways to make a positive impact for each of us. So I think we need to do that Worcester way, to be teamwork, and to remember that this will finish at some point, and we'll be able to go forward even stronger as an institution and as a community.